COP28 in Dubai addressed the first five-yearly global stocktake on Paris Agreement goals for climate action. Fossil fuels took center stage for the first time, raising concerns about industry influence. The draft proposed a transition away from fossil fuels but had loopholes favoring the industry. The final draft lacked clear definitions, didn't address financial support adequately, and left critical issues unresolved. Delegates expressed disquiet post facto, and the COP28 declaration achieved little substance, with the fossil fuel industry and developed countries seemingly benefiting. The urgency to curb greenhouse gas emissions to limit global heating was a key focus.
Merriam-Webster's word of the year for 2023 is authentic, following 2022's gaslighting. The concept gains importance in an era dominated by AI, deep fakes, and blurred realities. Elon Musk and celebrities like Taylor Swift advocate for authenticity in social media. However, the term's meaning has evolved, entwined with celebrity culture, identity, and AI's deep fake capabilities. The rise of fake content raises concerns about the post-authentic age, where trust is a casualty. AI-generated images, deep fakes, and potential harm to elections underscore the urgency to navigate the evolving landscape of truth and falsehood.
Since the first United Nations Conference of Parties, COP, in 1995, the character of these meetings has shifted from closed-door bureaucratic gatherings to inclusive events with diverse participants. Despite growing awareness of the existential threat of anthropogenic climate change, the urgency to cut fossil fuel use, the main source of greenhouse gas emissions, has been lacking. The Dubai Consensus at COP28 acknowledged this delay, revealing how political expediency has influenced climate science. While countries advocate for emission reductions, they hesitate to link emissions with compensation for climate-related damage. COP meetings need to prioritize justice, equity, and effective multilateral processes.
India shifted its stance at the UN General Assembly, voting for a resolution demanding an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza, marking a departure from its abstention in October. The earlier abstention was based on the absence of an explicit condemnation of Hamas' 7th October attacks. The recent vote aligns with global sentiment against Israel's bombardment, witnessing rising casualties, massive displacement, and indiscriminate missile use. The Modi government, initially supportive of Israel, must now navigate a strategic shift, potentially impacting regional stability. The vote suggests a re-evaluation of India's position amid evolving public and global opinion.
At the 28th United Nations Conference of the Parties, COP28, all 198 signatories, including India, adopted an agreement to transition away from all fossil fuels, expanding from the previous focus on coal. The historic UAE consensus also operationalized the Loss and Damage Fund, acknowledging the need for a transition from fossil fuels in an equitable manner. However, concerns persist about the inclusion of loopholes like nuclear abatement, carbon capture, and low-carbon hydrogen production. The $700 million raised for the Loss and Damage Fund falls short of the trillions needed, but it marks a significant victory for climate justice movements.
The 28th UN climate talks in Dubai showcased a dilemma encapsulating the climate debate. British startup Charge Cars exhibited electric versions of iconic Ford Mustang 67s offering luxury without compromising climate responsibility. Priced at $450,000, it reflects the affluent minority's desire to embrace sustainability. Science, once allied with technology, now demands the developed world to embrace discomfort and reduce consumption. However, the belief that more wealth can solve the crisis prevails. Despite the goal of global cooperation, distrust and small victories in legalities persist, highlighting the challenge of balancing culture, comfort, and climate action.
6 months into Ukraine's counteroffensive with Western support, the country seeks more military assistance amid a stalemate with Russia. Ukraine launched the offensive on 3 fronts but struggled to make significant breakthroughs. Russia, maintaining defensive lines, has fortified its position, adapting to Ukraine's blitzkrieg strategy. Western sanctions impact Russia's economy, but energy diversification sustains stability. Ukraine's declining Western support faces challenges, and peace talks are uncertain. The situation hinges on winter dynamics, potential strategy shifts, and the flow of Western aid. Despite no end in sight, Ukraine's prospects remain linked to ongoing Western assistance.